What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So you all saw the title of the video today. We got to go over 5 stocks that could very well end up going to zero, guys, all the way down to $0, meaning they could go bankrupt. So we got to talk about 5 stocks again in this video. We'll talk about, what's going on with these stocks a little bit, why I think they could go to zero potentially, and of course, we'll break down some charts, all that good stuff. But before we do, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued all the way up to $3,500. Just use my link down below or go to stasurfest.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, guys, I guess it is time to piss some of you off and talk about 5 stocks that could go to zero. And honestly, I don't know if some of you guys, I don't think a lot of you will get pissed off, but hey, maybe you will get pissed off if you own one of these stocks. And the funny thing is, guys, I actually own one of these stocks. So let's talk about what I believe could go to zero if things don't go right. And mind you, literally every stock in the stock market could technically go to zero. So literally any stock could go to zero, but obviously some are more likely to go to zero than others. So number 1 is Rivian, guys, ticker symbol RIVN. And not to toot my own horn, I don't want to start off this video tooting my own horn, but I mean, you guys knew this as well. I mean, it didn't take a rocket scientist to tell you this, but when Rivian came out the gates back in, when was this, November, and it ran all the way to $180, I was talking about it left and right. I made a video on it telling you guys it's a bubble, it's hype, don't buy in at these levels. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but I was telling you that I wasn't buying in at those levels. And now look at Rivian, guys. We are trading at $32 a share when I'm making this video. Rivian is down 85% from that all-time high that was hit back in the middle of November at about $180 per share. So the thing with Rivian, guys, is it's pretty early days. So I don't want to say for sure that they're going to zero next quarter or next year. And by the way, I'm not telling you guys when these companies will go to zero or if they even are for sure going to go to zero. I'm just breaking down, kind of my thoughts around these companies. So with Rivian, they're still very early days. And the funny thing is, I just saw one in person the other day. I think it was teal color, light blue, maybe a little bit darker. I forget. But I saw it. I was driving behind it, and I was like, holy crap, that's a Rivian. I've never seen one before. And one thing I hate about the Rivians, guys, which I knew before I saw the one I just saw recently, the headlights, guys. Oh, my goodness. I freaking hate the headlights. But, of course, that's just my opinion. Everybody has an opinion. But for me, gosh, I just do not like the headlights. So let's talk about some of these numbers here and 2 little pieces of information I got off the web prior to me filming this video, right? Despite reporting over 83,000 reservations at the end of 2021, Rivian only produced 1,015 R1 models last year, delivering 920 according to its Q4 shareholder letter. So again, very early days. They have 83,000 reservations, but they only delivered under 1,000 vehicles, according to their Q4, shareholder, right? Shareholder letter. And obviously the space that, Rivian's in is becoming highly competitive. We have Tesla with the Cybertruck. Who knows what other truck they're going to make? We have Ford with their awesome F-150 electric truck. I really like that one. And quite frankly, if I had to pick Ford or Rivian, I'm going Ford all freaking day, baby. And of course, there's a lot of other companies. We're not going to get into everything right now, but there is very there's a lot of competition. Highly competitive market is what Rivian is playing in right now. And recently, I guess this could be a pretty decent piece of news. Rivian shared that it produced 2,500 electric vehicles, at the end of Q1 of 2022, as of March 31st. And of those EVs, Rivian delivered 1,200 to customers. So they are ramping up a little bit, but still very early days. So let's say if management drops the ball on this one, they don't execute, maybe competition eats them alive, Rivian could continue trucking all the way down to $0 from $180. Now it's at 32. Again, it's down a lot, and it might keep on going down. So let me know your thoughts, guys, on Rivian. And again, I only own one of these stocks. stocks that we're going to talk about today, and Rivian's not one of them, but I do own this one that we're going to talk about. And like I always say about speculative investments, guys, don't put an amount of money that you are willing to lose. You know, if you have your life savings, it's $10,000. Don't put 8,000 of it in speculative stuff, because you're going to get screwed, and you're going to have it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth for the future when it comes to investing in stocks. So if you're dealing with speculative plays, which all these are speculative, in the video I made yesterday going over the squeeze stocks, those are speculative as well. Don't put an amount of money you're willing to lose, right? That is my number one rule. So this one here is Tattooed Chef, and this is a beautiful, perfect example of why you don't put a lot of money in speculative plays, because I am now down. I don't even know. I mean, this is in my long-term account. I think I'm down. I couldn't tell you the exact amount, but my average cost, you guys can do the math, is right around, I think, 17, 16, 50, 17, something like that. And let's just say now the stock's at $9. I am down a good chunk. And the beautiful thing is, guys, I don't give a crap, because it is in it's in my long-term account, which I don't check all the time. You know, I'm not one of these crazy nutbags that is just looking and refreshing the long-term account all day, which the long-term is different from the trading account, guys. Let's make that clear. But yeah, I'm not one of these crazy guys that's looking at the long-term every freaking day, memorizing the numbers. I mean, that's not me. I think you'll drive yourself nuts doing that. But I do believe my average is right around $17. And yeah, I am down a lot. And, you know, I'm down on a good amount of my speculative positions. You know, DraftKings is one that I'm down on. I made a video on this recently, you know, my worst investments. I guess Tattooed Chef could have made the list. I don't even know if I mentioned it in that video, but it's another one, right? You know, this one's down a lot since when I bought it. You guys get the point, right? So I'd say the main problem right now with Tattooed Chef in this environment that we're in is, number one, they're in a very niche market, right? Very niche category, whatever you want to call it, right? Frozen, vegan, or, you know, plant-based foods. That's niche in and of itself. Another thing that is negative, I've heard a lot of people say, and I tend to agree with this, is their portions are pretty small and they're quite expensive. Roughly $4.50, $5, maybe $4 if you find it at a Walmart. I don't know, but where I get it at Target is $5 for a little meal. You know, it's small and it's pretty expensive. And for me, you know, being a grown man, I'm 6 feet, you know, 215 pounds. I might have to eat 2 or 3 of those to get to feel satisfied, right? In other words, about $10, $15. So that's one thing that is not, you know, working for them right now, because we are in an inflationary environment where the middle class is getting thrashed right now. You know, their cost of living's going up. And when your cost of living's going up, guys, you're going to spend money on things that you need, not want. If you have a family of 5, 6, a family of 3, I don't even know, maybe 2 or 7, whatever, you are going to, you know, buy things that, you know, you could cook in bulk, that are maybe a little bit cheaper to, you know, buy and cook and prepare for a family. And Tattooed Chef doesn't really fit that mold, because, again, it's small in terms of the amount of food. The food's pretty good, I think. Me personally, I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. But it's just not a lot of food, and it's expensive. So that's a problem right now. And if we go into a deep recession, or a recession that lasts a year, a couple months, or 2 years, I don't know, that's going to, you know, hurt Tattooed Chef in a major way. And I think that is being priced in pretty aggressively right now. And, you know, who knows? Like I said, I got into this understanding it could go to zero. You know, if we go into a recession, their sales dry up. Maybe they start losing shelf space. I don't know. I'm making things up, but it could happen. Trust me, it's happened before. Tattooed Chef could go to zero. Maybe they, you know, maybe at that point they get bought by a different company at a lower price. I don't know. But overall, this could definitely go to zero. It's possible. Macy's, of course, is another one that could go to zero, as you guys should know at this point. Macy's is being disrupted by e-commerce. Obviously, this has been going on for a while. It's nothing new. And we've seen a lot of companies go bankrupt that are like Macy's. You know, a lot of the stores closed down. I mean, where I'm from, guys, you know, there was these stores all over the place. You know, Lord & Taylor, Boscov's, Sears. You guys probably know these. And a lot of those closed down. I think Sears went completely out of business. Don't quote me on it, but Lord & Taylor might have gone completely out of business as well. You know, Kmart, gone. Toys R Us, gone. I think Macy's, it's sad, but I think this might be on the list. And it might not happen in a year or two from now. Quite frankly, I don't think it will. But in 5-10 years, it could. It could very well, and then it could go to zero, boom, just like that. And not to trigger you guys, but AMC and GameStop, you know, these could also go to zero if the hype around them dies down, which it has over the past, you know, if you look over the past year, let's be honest, the hype has come down. AMC is down 80% in the past year. You know, fundamentally speaking, we know AMC and GameStop, they're not the best businesses, and their valuations right now do not reflect the fundamentals. So if they went out of business, let's say if they declared bankruptcy or something, boom, AMC goes to zero. GameStop goes to zero. And if I were to guess, okay, if I were to guess and be like, which one is more likely to survive, AMC or GameStop? I'm probably going to say AMC, the movie theater chain, because GameStop at this point, I think it's really just a dying business, and it has been dying, and they're trying to revive it, but I don't think they're going to do it. They might. I don't think they're going to do it, though. But we'll see. We'll see, because what they do, their traditional business, it's kind of like a dinosaur business at this point, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, sorry to break it to you. AMC and GameStop, they could go to zero in the next 5-10 years, heck, in the next 3 years. You know, these are two that it could happen sooner than, let's say, a Rivian or something. You know, we'll see, though. We'll see. And the last one is Voyager Digital, VYGVF, and I'm not trying to piss you guys off in the crypto community, but Voyager Digital, it is down a lot, and I believe it could go to zero. It is down 85%, and as you all know, they're facing a lot of scrutiny right now for their interest-bearing crypto accounts, and they had a lot of cease and desist orders from multiple states. I think 7 states, they're demanding information or issuing cease and desist orders right now. And this is something I've always been speculative about, you know, when it comes to the crypto community. And I've never really talked about it, but trust me, guys, I've been thinking about this for over a year and a half, 2 years, and I've been thinking about it like, how are these interest rates that are being paid by BlockFi, which we'll talk about in a second, you know, Voyager, 8, 9, 10, 12%. I mean, this is not sustainable. I mean, I was saying this a year, 2 years ago, and it seems like now people are cracking down on it. SEC is cracking down on it, and that's why I never got involved. You know, I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTubers, oh, use my BlockFi link, you know, I stake crypto or do whatever with it, and I gain all this interest, and they get a referral code and all that. They probably made a lot of money doing that, but it just never felt right to me, you know, and I never did it myself, so I figured I'm not even going to mess with it. And, you know, now they're cracking down on it. And BlockFi, which is in New Jersey, funny enough, where I'm from, you know, they paid $100 million on February 14th to settle state and federal lawsuits calling a similar high-yield account on illegally unregistered securities offering, and the accounts typically offer far higher rates, 9.5%, like I said, and maybe even higher. And of course, these are higher than the traditional banks. So people are putting money in there, even though the risk is very high, in my personal opinion, like I mentioned. So I'm not trying to ruffle your guys' feathers, piss you off, even though I might have unintentionally done that. But these are 5, 6 stocks. I guess AMC, GameStop, that makes it 6, but we grouped them into one. These are stocks that I believe could go to zero over time. I really do believe that, and we'll see. We'll come back to this video in 5-10 years, and we'll see what happens, and who knows, maybe Rivian's the biggest truck company ever. Maybe Tattooed Chef dominates the world, and everybody's eating freaking Buddha bowls all day. But yeah, guys, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, join my Patreon, and get your free money from Moomoo. Do that. It's linked down below. All you have to do is deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.